Once the cover's back on, it's ready to be pushed back in. I'll make one observation for you is this cable that's down on the front here, you need to make sure that that cable stays around the outside of this bar. You can see this bar, it's a bit of a guide. Just make sure that cable stays out in front of that, and then as you push it back in, you need to make sure that cable doesn't get caught as you're putting it back onto the wood platform under in the box. As you go to push this back in, this is the cable I'm referring to. You need to make sure that it's staying up on the base inside. Sometimes it'll get caught here as you're putting it back around this bracket that I just mentioned, or in front of the actual unit itself. So it just needs to make sure that it's going up inside. What I did was I just put my hand under there and pushed it all up onto the bottom, and then I'll slowly push it in and just keep checking to make sure that it's not getting caught by something. You start to push this in, you're going to note that this edge of this cover might catch here because the springs have let up enough. So just push it down underneath the edge as you're pushing it in, and it'll go in. The correct look for this cable should be that it's around the edge of that bracket and running up against the side of that rail down there. And it's free and moving all the way along the bottom inside. Push the carriage all the way in. I put a couple little rubber bumpers that they will stop where it's supposed to stop, and it's on both ends. So it's just push it in as far as it can go, and then look at the front here, and it should be, you know, kind of right up to that rubber bumper. Now it's time to reconnect the cables. Start with the bottom one, the big one. It sort of just goes one way, it's keyed, until you can find that key, it'll just slide right in. And then try to redress the audio RCA cable in behind the other cable on the wall here, just so it stays away from the mech. And then this is the mute cable, which goes into this last connector up here, so the three are already back in. And that's all the cable connections that you need to do. And then I would say set these in place and bolt the brackets down to hold it. And then I'll plug this in and we'll do a demo.